Hello everyone, welcome to the Polestar 2. We had an opportunity to come up to Columbus, Ohio to the Polestar store and check it out. We have driven the XC40 Recharge, which is its cousin. Polestar's owned, affiliated with Volvo and owned by Geely, which is a Chinese company. This is a Chinese made car, and I've been impressed with what Polestar's doing. And yeah, going to see what this is all about. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video to see what the future of the Polestar 2 is in the US and some bargains to be had. Which is over 300-mile range, what I understand. And we came in this road, so it'll be a great opportunity to test the suspension because we were feeling every bump in our Model 3 for sure. It's very similar to our Model 3. What do you think of the seat?
It's nice. I like it.
Cool.
I mean, there's a lot of lumbar, but I think that is just dialed up and could be adjusted.
Right. Well, this is pretty much a base model, so it's not. It doesn't even have completely powered seats, I don't believe. I definitely do like the screen, and we'll see what kind of pep we have. Is the screen bigger than the Volvo? I think it is.
Maybe.
Interesting. So, because of the tariffs, Polestar's been discounting these cars and have a pretty good lease deal with $10,000 the lease incentive. And so, basically, the gentleman we spoke to at the store said that all of Polestar 2's productions are pretty much spoken for this year because they're going to basically stop. Going to stop importing them to the U.S. because of the significant tariff on Chinese made cars. He did say we got to see the Polestar 4. I'll probably take a video of that and put that in. It's going to be made in South Korea, which is interesting. And the Polestar 3 will be made eventually in South Carolina. So let's see how it handles here. Again, this is a rear-wheel drive. It's very Tesla-esque. I say that because that's my daily driver. I think he said 0 to 60 in 5.5, 5.6, something like that. It's not bad. Especially for the amount of range that you get. I would definitely, were I to get something like this, I would definitely consider the rear-wheel drive long range. I love this binnacle up here. So I have a 2020 Model 3, and I would say this is very comparable to that. It definitely has a very similar ride, very similar performance. It does obviously have more range, getting that close to 300 miles or around 300-mile range. And the heat pump is an option, which of course is standard in all Teslas now, but wasn't in 2020 when I got mine. Yeah, I mean, this is just a little tight for me. The performance is definitely good. Got blind spot monitoring in the mirrors, which is great. I definitely like the seats more than my car. Well, it does have, it has Apple CarPlay, and I suppose Android Auto too, but you have to plug it in. So that's not exactly cutting edge. This is a Google Google automotive system, and works well. All the things I've seen about it seem to be that it works well. It does give you, en route percentage and how long you would need to charge if you're charging on your way to get to another destination. So I think that's pretty good. So
Let's talk about the interior a little bit. You said this is like a base model?
Yeah, so this is the rear-wheel drive.
So is this fabric? It's definitely textured.
It's textured. It's soft touch, but I'm not sure. Definitely has different things going on. I think it looks interesting, for sure.
Textured as well.
The biggest thing is this center hump. And the reason there's a hump at all is because this car shares a platform with the Volvo XC40, you know, the gas version, as well as, I suppose, as the EV version. But so it's made to be, you know, basically have a transmission hump, if you will. There is storage. No, there isn't. There's just barely a little bit on this side.
The single cup holder.
Single cup holder is kind of ridiculous. There's another one there.
Oh, so there is another one.
But you have to keep this up the whole time.
I guess that's for your spare beverage. Short spare beverage.
I suppose.
But there's some storage here. It is pretty small.
Piano black here, which is not my favorite. Decent. That's bigger glove box than I thought.
And I just manually opened it.
Ooh,
Amazing.
You mean there wasn't like a menu involved? So this does not have a glass roof. That's part of a pack, but you know, I could do without the glass roof. I probably wouldn't do without the heat pump though. Yeah, I mean, I'm not that big of a guy, but this is still, I mean, headroom's totally fine. Knee room, however, is a little bit lacking. It's a smaller car for sure. It does have memory seats over here, which is great. So it looks like it has a 82 kilowatt battery, and it looks like it can go 307 mile range. Power open. It's decent. Not quite Model 3 level, but
I'm gonna put your hand in there so we can see this.
yeah, that's how deep it is. So I'm sitting behind myself, and you can see I have around 6 inches or so of space, so that's adequate. And even without the glass, my head is pretty much, my hair is pretty much touching if I lean all the way back. It does have a nice cup holder here, so yeah, not bad.
This appears to be the home.
Yeah, that's not obvious, is it?
Well, looks like there's some Sirius XM. Let's do some hits.
I was just gonna say I love the design language of Polestar. Polestar 4 is very sharp. We'll get to drive the Polestar 3, it sounds like, in a couple of weeks. It's also very attractive. You know, a lot of these, especially the first generation EVs, were bulbous, you know, and absolutely the Model 3 falls into that. Now the Highland or the new refresh, you know, it looks a lot better for sure. But you know, most EVs, because of that need to be aerodynamic, just aren't all that attractive. Look over here. Polestar 2 is a nice car, but that console is so wide that it really takes up a substantial amount of space for the front two seats. Without the tax credit, it doesn't really compete against the Model 3 long range, which can be had for in the $40,000 range with the tax credit. With a 100% tariff levied on Chinese made cars imported to the US, and with no plans to localize production, Polestar will soon stop importing
the Polestar 2, according to the staff at the Columbus Polestar space that we spoke to. The real opportunity here is a used market, where 21 and 22 Polestar 2s are eligible for the $4,000 tax credit if they're purchased for $25,000 or less. And we're starting to see those cars be in that range of $25,000 with a clean title and reasonable mileage. Do your own research on this and see if you're eligible, but also keep in mind you can't buy or receive that tax credit if you buy it from a private party. You have to buy it from a dealer. I like the Polestar design, and we'll soon get a chance to drive the Polestar 3. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll take you along and show you what we think of that vehicle. And it's exciting because not only does it look great, but it will be eligible for at least a portion of the $7,500 federal tax credit, as it will eventually be made in South Carolina at the Volvo plant there. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.